What's up guys, and welcome back to another review video here at TooTaku. I decided I was going to do things a little bit differently here. Instead of worrying about lighting and video quality while I'm still out here in the Pacific Northwest, I decided I'll put to use these amazing emotes that our great friend Romy made for us. Now I know it's not as beautiful as my real face, but I feel like it is a great substitute. Anyways, as always, be sure to subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and check out our other content like our podcast or TikTok. If you want to support us, we do have a merch shop where you can get some dope t-shirts, stickers, or even mugs. All of the designs is pretty much made by once again, our awesome friend Romy, so big shout out to her. All the links are going to be in the description box down below. Also, another quick little note, on my last review video of Blue Beetle, I decided to start giving a number rating at the end of the videos, which I will continue to do so. However, instead of rating a number out of 10, I am going to do it out of 5, just to keep it consistent like with the podcast and our anime ratings. Alright, with that out of the way, we can hop into the meat of this video. So, Netflix dropped their One Piece live action, and I watched it all. It was 8 episodes, about each an hour long, which is really dope because I was expecting honestly about 30 to 45 minutes, so getting those hour-long episodes, especially for an 8-episode season, was honestly perfect. Now, a little disclaimer before I get into the review. I have not watched the anime since I was a kid, nor am I caught up on the manga. I used to read the manga a lot back in high school, but honestly I fell off a little bit when I got into college. Now, my overall opinion about One Piece, which might make some people mad, is that the anime and manga, for me personally, it was just alright. I love the characters and how vast the world is, but other than that, for me, I don't see all the hype behind it. Now, I am not saying that One Piece is bad in any way. I'm going to clarify that again. I am not saying that One Piece is bad in any way. Just that is not my cup of tea, which I think is fair. Now, with that said, what did I think about the live action? Honestly, I thought the live action was fantastic and probably one of the best live actions we have gotten so far as anime fans. Why did I like it? Well, first, I feel like one of the crowning achievements of One Piece, and one thing, like I mentioned before, that I really do enjoy about One Piece is how intricate and vast the world is, with all these like distinctive islands and, you know, creatures and just characters. And I feel like the live action rendition successfully replicates this captivating world of One Piece. The set designs, shout out to the set designers because they were in their bag, was honestly nothing short of impressive. They captured the essence of iconic scenes and locations, I think, perfectly. The CGI I thought could have been a little bit better, but honestly it wasn't terrible. I thought it could have been a little bit better, and I feel like it's something that will get better with time, and of course money. I think the more seasons we get, the better the CGI is going to get, which is the hope, honestly. Next, we have, which I think is one of the main pillars that made this so great, is the cast, which I think for the main crew was spot on, and I think everyone can agree about that. They encapsulated the essence of all these cherished characters, like, to the T. Now, while some actors I think undeniably shine more in their roles, I think there was a few adaptations that missed the mark, whether it was in appearance or portrayal, but it wasn't nothing that was terrible again. Now, I do know Oda handpicked the majority of the cast, but that also doesn't mean that he can't miss the mark here or there. Nevertheless, the chemistry amongst the Straw Hat crew members as well as the actors was so refreshing to see on the screen, and the character development, man, that most have come to cherish, I think remains well preserved in this live action. And for those of you that are upset about the diversity and change in some characters in terms of mainly skin color, I think it's honestly wild. Because when you have a world that takes place in One Piece that is so vast and diverse, I honestly don't think getting upset by the change of minor characters when it comes to their skin color is really justified. Because I mean One Piece is known for their just over the top characters, and I think skin color is the last thing that should be looked at when you look at these characters. Now, speaking of change, the live action iteration of One Piece does take creative liberties which I think is customary when adapting such an expansive source of material. Although certain plot deviations and pacing adjustments occur, I honestly think the core narrative remains faithful to the essence of the series. The storytelling skillfully balances, I think, humor, adventure, and the emotional depth that the One Piece franchise is pretty much known for. I think it was super smart for Oda to make these changes, or to at least have a hand in making these changes, especially when you look back at how long ago One Piece came out. Now, if you're a creative of some sort, you can probably agree with me where I say that there are things in the manga that Oda probably wish he could change as a creator, but couldn't because the anime and manga was so far along. However, I feel like the live action is perfect for him to do that because he can change things, because it's not gonna be as expansive or long as the anime and manga. Now, when it comes to cons or gripes, I honestly didn't have too many with this live action. Was it cheesy in certain parts? Absolutely, but honestly, that's how One Piece is, in my opinion, and it's why it was so hard for me to get into it, because One Piece is pretty cheesy. The only other thing that sort of bothered me with the live action was because they did have to condense and change some things, and this may just be a personal thing, but it seemed like the characters grew together so close and so quickly without much buildup, like in the anime manga. For example, in the anime manga, you have more episodes or chapters to see how much these characters begin to believe in Luffy and grow close to him and, you know, will lay down their lives for this man. Whereas in the live action, it seemed like at first they wanted nothing to do with him, which, you know, is accurate, of course. But then it was like by like episode 2 or 3, it was just like, bam, they were like super close, you know what I'm saying? I think the only one that wasn't necessarily like still kind of holding back was Nami, which is understandable because a lot of that centered around her arc in the first, you know, in the first season. So again, that may just be a personal preference for me, but it honestly wasn't a major deal. It wasn't something that I was like, yeah, no, this is like stupid, or, you know, I'm docking this live action because they didn't follow exactly the pacing in the anime and manga. Like, I understand why they had to change it. So now, what do I give this live action One Piece series in my rating? Let me get a drum roll, please. I think it deserves a solid 4 out of 5. In all honesty, the live action has sparked my interest to get back into the manga, and I would be lying if I said I honestly wasn't looking for a season 2. Is it a perfect adaptation? Obviously no, but I think it's one of the best ones we have gotten so far, and I think this could be the blueprint for how other studios should involve these mangakas and creators of these anime and mangas. Overall, whether you're a fan of the anime or manga, I do think the live action did them justice, and I say it's worth the watch. Other than that, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts about the One Piece live action, and if you agree with me that it deserves a solid 4 out of 5 rating, or if you disagree. I want to see your comments down below. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, and that's all I have for you guys, so I will catch you in the next video.